Is Peeps FS, and I would like to welcome you to this quick weekly market review. So, guys, without wasting much of your time, let's go. All right. So, we're looking at GBPJPY. We look at this pair last week, but the opportunity that presented itself, we were not able to catch the opportunity because when markets open, market actually open with a gap, so we could not take the trade opportunity. And over the week as well, there was a movement I was expecting as well, but same thing happened. I could not be able to have a proper entry for the sell opportunity I was actually looking for. So let's look at this new week and see what is possible. As you can see, we have been bullish on this pair, but price took out all this high, break with a little body on the weekly time frame. And if we should go to the daily time frame, we can see what price is actually doing on the daily time frame. So we have this huge break of market structure on the daily time frame, and we'll see price pull back to this level. All right, and what does this mean? Price is definitely going to be continuing to trade to the upside on the daily time frame, because we were able to come and fill this huge fair value gap. Let me just mark it. This candle we see here all the way to this level, all right, it's a fair value gap, and price has not actually gotten to the 50% of it, but we were close to the 50%. Let me go to 4-hour time frame so we can actually see how far price was able to fill this fair value gap. All right, so you can see we were close at the 50%, but we have not gotten here. So there's every probability that price may still trade down. And if you notice so well, on the 4-hour time frame, all right, price is giving us series of lower low and lower highs. What do I mean? We saw how price created this higher high there, created this higher high, and at that time this was a structural shift that we have during this internal pullback. So we see how price came and we even trade and we broke this structure here again. All right, because this was the most valid structure. So notice we broke this structure here and price give us a lower low here. All right, and what do we see? We see price give us a lower high. All right, let me reduce the size of this so it will not be too big. All right, so we notice how price came back again, broke this structure here and give us this lower low, which was this one around here. All right, so let's move this and see. Now notice we broke this one here. All right, and when price traded to this level, we fall down and we saw how price came back to create a lower high again at this level. And what do we see? Price give us a lower high, and that is the lower high, just a little bit here. So if we actually try to extend this, we see that we do not trade above this very first one. All right, and price gave us a lower low. Now notice this whole movement, this whole pullback we are experiencing is trading within this external structure, which is our higher low point, which is from here to this point, which is the higher high. So all this movement we are seeing is within the structure, which are the internal structure, which is our pullback. All right, and now if we are actually going to be looking for a sell opportunity, all right, we should have price do something like this, I mean looking for a buy opportunity to continue this trend to the upside, we should have price give us a shift of market structure by creating a lower low and coming to break the structure and create a higher high. When we see this reversal in price, all right, we can now wait for price to give us a pullback, come and take out that pullback, all right, use it as liquidity, and we can now buy from there and target this level for take profit. But if we do not see this shift in market structure happening, all right, breaking structure here, taking us from a lower low to giving us a lower low and a higher high, coming back to create a higher low within this internal structure, there is no trade for me to start buying, all right. And if I do not have a shift in market structure creating this kind of movement, I'm not going to be taking this buy. So I'm still going to be patient on GBPJPY. All right. The worst thing I can even do if I want to actually take a trade is to look for a sell opportunity around this level where we have this fair value gap that is open for a possible sell to continue this trend down, because right now price may get to this level and we may see price do something like this from here, trade to this level, make a shift again, and we can see price create another lower low. All right, so for now I don't want to get involved in the sell. So I'm going to be leaving these guys until he actually give me a shift of market structure within this internal structure, and I'm just going to mark here and wait to see if price will definitely trade to this level. All right, because remember on the daily time frame when we put our fib 2, we do not have market has traded below 50% from that very high. All right, it's below 50% and it's almost like a premium or discount zone, but we need a confirmation of a shift of market structure. So once we get that, we can now start looking for buy. So for now I'm still going to be waiting, and remember when we make sure this fair value gap from the higher time frame, price has not actually fill it up to 50%. So I think the 50% was around somewhere this level, so I will still be patient to see if they will trade this price back, give me a better entry or a shift of market structure, then I can continue to buy. So for me at the moment there is no trade here for me for GBPJPY because I don't want to sell, I want to actually buy to continue the trend. So for now I will leave that. So let's quickly look at EURUSD. Let's use technique. Now for EURUSD, what can we see? All right, if I should go to the weekly, let's look at it from the weekly time frame. Now from the weekly time frame you can see that we are very bullish, but for a while now we have not actually have any proper pullback. All right, we'll just be up, and at the moment I think we took out this very high there. All right, and this is where it is. When we took it out, I want to know if we were able to break that high with a body or was just a sweep. Now if you look very closely, we first go with a small body and we came back and we went again, and this week closed below that same line. So what does this tell me? We should expect some form of market correction, to the downside. All right, we should expect some form of market correction, selling back to maybe this level or even below to this level. All right, and after that we can have a better momentum to continue to push this market to the upside, because we are bullish. But at the moment now a lot of buyers are not ready to actually put in their money at this time to continue to push the market because it looks way overpriced. All right, they want the market to become a little bit cheaper before they can actually get involved. That's why we are seeing some form of struggle around this pair. So if I'm expecting anything at the moment is I'm going to be looking for a shift of market structure and start looking for sell opportunity. All right, because when we took out this very high here, this level, we took this out. All right, we broke structure. Ever since there we have no major pullback. So this engulfing candle we see here, this bearish engulfing candle, looks like a potential reversal sign for me. But the only way to confirm this is I need to go to the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, you see how bullishly we went, all right? And if we break structure like we saw on the daily time frame, remember after every major break of structure, we should expect a pullback. Like I told you guys that on the external structure, was price break a specific structure, we should expect some sort of pullback to below 50% or to a discount level, all right? And not only that, from the higher time frame, we can also see that price is too overpriced on this pair, and buyers are not ready to actually push this pair to continue going bullish, but they want to see some form of market correction. So if we look clearly within the internal structure, because this is our lower higher low and this is our higher high, let me just mark that for you guys. Higher low, external structure, and this is our higher high, external structure. Now within here we have price broke here and created a high, and now we can see that price has broken that level. All right, now what does this leave us? We can see here that we have a fair value gap around this level on the 4-hour time frame. And what does this tell us? For me, I'm going to be looking for a sell opportunity since we have the internal structure shift, and I will be expecting price to trade back to this level, all right, or above this level to this immediate big fair value gap, and give us a sort of market shift and happen to sell to take this market down. Now, where I'm actually targeting first, I'm actually going to be targeting around this level here, all right? So since I have one line there, I don't need to put that one there. We have this one here too, all right? So I can just extend this one, all right? So we have this one too, but these are not my major concern. If I should go to the 1-hour time frame, we can see so clearly, all right? So I don't believe price will do anything much around this level, so let me delete this. But if I'm going to be taking a sell trade, you can see that we have some form of liquidity around this place, so price may definitely want to trade above those liquidity to give us a sum of discount. So this is what I'm actually going to be expecting price to do for me. Remember, I always love 1 to 2 and always love putting my stop loss at the right place. So since I'm targeting here, I want to see price a little bit above this liquidity or fair value gap. You know, after a fair value gap, if you see a form of liquidity above the fair value gap, is a good sign. So we want to see price trade back to this level before we engage on this sell, because we are expecting price to actually trade below these levels. All right, so for me, this is what I will be expecting on EURUSD. All right, we're expecting price to actually push back from this level, come back, take out this small liquidity there, and also we saw that as a fair value gap from the higher time frame. So if we trade back to this place, I see this happen in the market, I'm definitely going to be selling and targeting all these levels for possible reversal or continuation to the downside. So this is for EURUSD. This is what I will be expecting. And another pair I want us to check is EURUSD. Now, without wasting much time, last week I told you guys something about EURUSD. If you have not watched it, go watch it. I was waiting for a proper pullback on EURUSD, and we have this high created. Now for EURUSD, I'm beginning to become a little bit skeptical about the move, because we can see how price took out this low and give us this high. And what do we see from there? Push to take out this low and created a major low around somewhere here. And now what can we see? We saw price push to that one and created this low. Now we have pushed back here and we are seeing some sort of come of pullback, making it look like we want to continue to the downside, but this is what I will do. All right, I will wait here because on the 4-hour time frame we actually broke structure. And if you guys have been following my market analysis, I told you at a certain time that all these lows that are created here, I'm expecting Euro USD to actually use them as liquidity. That means expecting price to come and take all of them out. At that time, price was around this level when I make those videos. I told you guys I know that all these low here, price will sell and use them as liquidity, take them out, and we're going to see a possible reversal. And that is what happened. We took them out and price created a double bottom here. And what can we see? We saw price broke structure because at this level we have a push and created this and pull back, and price did what? Break. So this is the major structure that price actually broke. Now after breaking this structure, what do we see? We see price give us a higher high. So if we want to put this here, we have a lower low that was created and we have a higher high. Now after having a higher high, what are we expecting to have again? I need to take my fib to and measure from that very higher high to the very lower low and look for 50%. Now this is the 50%, so if I should mark that 50%, what can we see below the 50%? We can see a fair value gap. Let me remove this. We can see a fair value gap, which is this two candle not touching. And below that fair value gap, we can see some form of liquidity. So what I'm actually expecting is, I want to actually see Euro USD take out this fair value gap, fill it properly, take out those liquidity there, and bounce on this place. So this is what I'm actually expecting. Patiently waiting for price to trade to this level, give me some form of change of character on the internal structure around here, and I will buy to target this high or even higher. All right, so I'm looking for a buy opportunity on Euro USD. Same thing applied to GBPUSD because both pair have similar move or direction in bias. All right, so this is what I'm actually expecting. 1 to 2, align my stop loss to below this lower low if I actually see price get here. The only reason I may not take this trade is maybe when I see price get here, we do not have any change of market structure around this level, but price just continue to trade down. But if we reach here, if we get to this level and I see a change of market structure, trust me, definitely I'm going to be taking this buy and targeting my 1 to 2 or even target this for take profit. All right, but this is what I'm actually looking at for. All right, looking at for price to trade below this line and around anywhere this level. If I get any form of reaction within this level, I'm definitely going to be taking this trade. So that is for me for Euro USD. This is what I'm actually expecting. So I think this video is really long, and we've been able to identify over 5 pairs because the first video I recorded was on GBP CAD and the GBP-AUD. If you've not seen that video, please go do well and watch it. Those trades have some good potential for possible entry that's going to be making us money this new week. And also remember, everything we are learning here are all for educational purposes. There is nothing like a financial advice, so do well to trade with proper risk management. All right, and not only that, if you've seen our video for the first time and you love what you're watching and you're learning something from the market, please do well, follow, like, and share. All right, subscribe to our channel. That's the only way we're going to feel encouraged and know that we are doing something that is really helping traders to become profitable. Now, if you are not in our Telegram channel, I will encourage you to click the link in the description and join our Trade Hub FX community. All right, inside this Telegram channel, most of the trade that we are sharing, we are posting them here. All right, so you will see how people are making money using our free signal, and you can see this trade you can see that I share most of the trade I myself is taking here. All right, and we're actually making profit. So the link will be in the description. Click and join and enjoy our free signal. Also, we are having a mentorship program coming up. So if you want to become my mentee, the fee is just $20 for the course. All right, and this is one of the courses you're going to be able to have access to. That's going to make you a profitable trader. So think about it. If I could be able to give information or trading decision that is valuable for free, imagine when you pay for my mentorship, what would you be learning? So that's one of the questions you should ask yourself as well. So reach out to me. I'll keep the number on the screen. All right. Here is my WhatsApp number. You can send me a message on WhatsApp if you would like to be my mentee. All right. I'll be glad to mentor you and share with you my words of knowledge when it comes to forex trading. So see you guys on my next video. Thank you. Have a wonderful week ahead.